podcast. My name is Lily Koash Johnson. I am the marketing intern for ASPA, and I'm so glad you guys are listening in with us today. We've got a very special episode. We're joined by Joseph Pearson. He is a dedicated educator and the head of partnerships at Moreland University. He's got experience as a K12 teacher, instructional coach, and a developer of teacher preparation programs. Joey has expertise in educational innovation to empower educators across borders. He collaborates with schools and districts to enhance teacher recruitment, retention, certification, and professional development. His commitment to equitable education aligns with his doctoral research at the University of California, Los Angeles, emphasizing innovative online teacher development. Joey, we are so excited to have you here today. Would you mind just diving in with us?
Thank you so much, Kelly. It is an honor to be here to continue my work with ASPA, not only as a learner, but hopefully today as a contributor to this amazing community of HR professionals around the United States.
Yeah, awesome. So, how does activity-based collaborative online teacher training and professional development differ from traditional teacher and training programs?
Well, today I wanted to have a few moments to talk to you about this innovative approach that brings in collaboration to an embedded model of learning and professional development in online and hybrid environments for our teachers. This is incredibly important for teacher recruitment and retention in the age of teacher shortages, career changers, and the general shift in the ways in which we bring new educators into the classroom. The reason that this activity-based collaborative model is powerful for educators is because it creates opportunities for them to practice directly as a part of their learning. Rather than learn by reading and reflecting alone, we ask them to go the next step, to think about what they are learning in their readings, in the resources that we provide, and how to immediately apply those best practices in the contexts where they're serving students. In essence, we're providing teachers with meaningful opportunities to practice and giving them guidance, giving them scaffolding, and giving them support every step of the way. Now, at Moreland University, we've been doing this since 2011 because we know that teachers learn best with and from one another. So the second part of this approach to teacher professional development and learning is collaboration. We have to create meaningful opportunities for teachers to work with one another, to glean understanding from one another, to reflect in community so that they can together watch the learning that takes place not only in their classrooms through a reflective process, but also in the classrooms of their colleagues, so that as a community, as a cohort going through any professional development, or in the case of Moreland University, our 9-month certification program, that each week when they come together, they can experience not only their own growth, but the growth and learning of their fellow cohort members.
Yeah, so kind of with building in that meaningful work community, in what ways does this training model really help teachers find greater meaning in their work and, build supportive communities that empower them through their careers?
When we allow teachers to have opportunities to work in activity-based collaborative models, we enable them to think critically about what they need today, rather than thinking in terms of the next 6 months or even the next few days within an instructional unit where they may be having to map out what's happening over the course of a unit or a lesson that is sort of spanning multiple days. An activity-based collaborative model says, what are you doing tomorrow? And how can what you're learning in this activity enhance what's happening tomorrow, so that they can start there and think immediately about the impact of their learning, on their practice, and then simultaneously be aware of what's to come later on this week, later on this month, later on this semester. It enables teachers to both grow in their professional practice today and to build a professional learning plan that provides the pathway for ongoing growth. And then, as I mentioned before, teachers learn with and from one another. And so the idea of learning in community creates more engagement and creates a sense of accountability. When teachers have colleagues with whom they're learning and growing, colleagues who expect to hear back from them and want to know how things are going in their classrooms, teachers are more likely to engage deeply and to think critically about what they're going to share with their colleagues the very next time that they meet with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what about in a more modern age with a little bit new technology? Why is activity-based collaboration, collaborative learning model particularly important in the context of AI and evolving educational technologies?
Well, Kelly, you and I both know that the world is changing, that there are advancements in artificial intelligence coming each and every day. In addition, we're seeing new research on the ways in which we are promoting literacy development for students and the ways we're creating inclusive environments given the diverse needs of students. There are new advances in all areas of education, not just technology. Activity-based collaborative learning, like the learning that we do at Moreland, does not ask teachers to simply read about these things and to think about what might occur in the future given advancements in literacy instruction or technology and artificial intelligence or the diverse needs of students from different backgrounds and with different ability levels. Rather, an activity-based approach says to teachers, you need to take these innovations, take these advancements, and consider the needs of your students today. And you need to see how you might apply it. You need to experiment with these technologies and approaches so that you can have firsthand knowledge and experience leveraging all of the incredibly powerful tools and pedagogical approaches available in the classroom where you are learning. Our teachers are teaching while they are learning, most of them. And so we want to encourage them to use their classrooms as sort of a learning laboratory, if you will, where they can have the experience of applying everything that we talk about, all of the things embedded within the curriculum of their professional development in the classroom with students. Then at the nexus of experience and reflection, meaning where teachers are able to practice a new approach or technology and then reflect on that practice, we find that the most impactful learning occurs. Therefore, we ask our learners, our teachers, to practice new technologies, to implement new approaches, and to reflect on how those new advancements are impactful with their students so that they can determine just how they want to grow and learn and implement everything that we're bringing to them in our professional development and in our teacher certification program, both today and in the future in their practice.
That's a really, really cool thought. I think that's awesome. So, how specifically does this support teachers who are coming from kind of an alternative certification process? You know, earning like a full licensure. What elements of the training make them successful?
Thank you for bringing this back to the important needs of our teachers who are career changers and who come to us through alternative licensure pathways. Those folks come with professional experience in other industries, and they come with the need to have quick start skills to be successful in classrooms where they've been hired to teach as the teacher of record. They don't have time to sit and reflect and read, write essays, take exams, and prepare to teach in the future. They're in the classroom with students today. And so when we bring them an activity-based collaborative learning model, we enable them to determine how they're going to support their students in the very next class, when they're going to see them excitedly in the morning, where they'll come with needs and experiences, with questions. We want to encourage our teachers to take what we are bringing to them through our certification program and in our professional development, and to know that they have the guidance and the support and the community to be able to practice with their own students. It's always better when you have colleagues with whom to work and grow. So the community element is another way that we encourage teachers to know that they have a cohort, a professional learning community to lean on, where they can ask questions, share experiences, and reflect. When teachers know that they are learning in community with others, when what they're learning is immediately applicable and can be applied tomorrow with the kiddos that they're supporting, they're more likely to take their learning seriously and to engage deeply. We want to ensure that our teachers are learning the most important skills and that they have an immediate application of those skills. And that's why for our alternatively certified teachers, our career changers, we're specifically aiming to create applicability in our learning so that they know why they're learning and how that learning will improve their practice.
Okay, so Joey, tell me, why should HR professionals of school leaders be interested in these innovative training models? How do they kind of align with the goals of recruiting and retaining high quality teachers? What impact do they have on the building and a resilient teaching workforce?
HR leaders are concerned not only with bringing on high quality teachers, but also with retaining them, keeping them year after year. We know that the first 3 years of teaching are crucial to determine the long-term retention of our educators. We lose so many good teachers in years 1, 2, and 3 as they feel overwhelmed with the challenges that come with being the teacher of record. When we enable teachers, when we equip teachers, when we empower teachers with the skills they need to be successful, and we ask them not only to learn those skills, but to demonstrate how they're applying them in the classroom, we are able to see them being successful and reflect with them about their immediate needs for improvement. In other words, rather than equipping teachers with skills and then sending them on their way to see if they can apply them on their own, an activity-based collaborative model stops and says, here are the skills that you need. Go apply them. See how they function for you with your students, and then come back to us in your very next virtual class and talk to us about what your experience has been. Lean on the expertise of your cohort members to hear how their experiences have been. And together as a community, create new knowledge. Not only is this activity-based collaborative model effective for teachers' success in our programs, meaning we're able to ensure that teachers who come to Moreland University graduate from Moreland University. We have a retention rate within our programs over 90%, which is astronomical in terms of higher education. But this model also may transform the retention rates of new teachers coming in through alternative pathways, through career-changing opportunities, by enabling them to feel successful and to know that when they are not successful the first time around, they can come back to their cohort, reflect on what happened, and try again, knowing that the learning doesn't stop. It's a cycle of continuous improvement and growth. So, to all of my HR colleagues out there in ASPA, I encourage you to think about the ways that your teacher certification programs, the ways that your professional development don't just leave teachers with skills and resources and knowledge to figure out on their own, but bring them back and usher them into a community of support so that they know that their learning does not end with the acquisition of skills or the reading of resources, but rather is supported through a cycle of application and reflection and community building.
Well, Joey, I just want to say that was amazingly inspiring, and I really love how deeply you dove into that collaborative part of it. Would you like to plug any social medias today? Where can people find you at?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today and to be a part of this incredible community of HR folks with ASPA. You're able to connect with me directly via LinkedIn by searching my name, Joseph Allen Pearson. And Allen is spelled with two L's, Allen. Or if you visit us at moreland.edu, you'll be able to learn about our programs, to reach out to our partnership team, and to meet all of us over at Moreland who are committed to equipping, enabling, and empowering teachers around the world. Our website is www.moreland, moreland.edu.
Amazing. Joey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a good one.